No, we will. No, you guys are all great. We are going to warm up. Starting with our high knee march. The usual. James is like, why do we have to warm up? Let's just start with burpees.
No.
Of course, we know the importance of warming up because we're old people. Ooh, reach. Motion in the shoulder joints. So I know we can think about just lifting our knee without thinking much about anything else, but try to think also about keeping that chest up and your abdominals engaged. So recruiting your abdominals already. You can obviously lift your knees without using your abs, but trying to get in the habit of having sort of a more braced abdominal to help protect the lower back as we do every single exercise. All right, let's bring it up to a kick. This gets into our hamstrings. Feel free to keep your knees bent a little bit. That also goes for saying, feel free to modify any of the movements we do today. Take water breaks anytime. You want to push yourself in boot camp, challenge yourself, feel your muscles get fatigued, get your heart rate up, your breathing is a little labored. If you want to say, I hate you, Finn, you can barely get it out because you're so breathless. That's how you want to push yourself. All right, let's squat. So feet about hip distance apart, shoulder distance apart. Again, trying to keep the chest up, abdominals braced. You can bring your hands forward if you like. If you want to continue getting a little bit more shoulder sort of workout, you can bring your arms a little higher than shoulders if you like. You still want to really try to keep that chest up and eye gaze forward. My knees and toes are tracking in line with each other, as should yours. All right, 4 more. 3, 2, and going into our lunges. This is our body weight workout, so we're doing movements that you're going to see during the workout.
Like immediately.
Squats, lunges, yeah. So I'll do a few on the profile too, but with feet hip distance apart, you're going to bend the back knee down and lunge. So here it is. Profile view. Pretty long stride. Your stride length is actually dependent on your leg length, not necessarily on your height. So if you have really long legs and a short torso, you have a long. Okay, thanks for counting, James. We're switching. I usually switch after 12 or 16, but we're doing 10 today.
Started the exercise with lunges.
Okay. So James is going to start us out with the first 2 exercises, an upper body, a lower body. We do a lot of push-ups. So we are going to be on our wrist. If you need a break from your wrist or you need a substitute for push-ups, you can do a plank on your elbows. Because a push-up at the end of the day is a moving plank. If you happen to have dumbbells at home and you want to do chest presses instead of push-ups, you can do that too. We don't have any weights though. All right, so we're going to just do a quick plank. By we, I mean James is going to do a quick plank. There's not enough room here for both of us. So elbows underneath the shoulders, butt, hips around shoulder heights, and a straight line from ears, shoulders, hips, ankles, and knees. I mean, knees and then ankles. I look like I don't know anatomy. Ankles, knees. All right, brace the abdominals, squeeze the butt. Everything is tight in that whole midsection. So that's your core. Your core is any muscle that attaches to your pelvis and your spine. All right, make sure you're still breathing. A couple more breaths. All right, we're gonna do 8 push-ups.
We're starting with push-ups.
Oh, we're starting with push-ups, but we gotta still demonstrate. Just demonstrate a few. So just to go over the technique of push-ups, you want your hands wider than shoulder distance. You can do them on your toes, knees, or in a kneeling position. Right there, James is in a kneeling position. Oh, and now he's in a knee position. So basically the difference between knee and kneeling is whether your hips are at 90 degrees or not. So this is kneeling. All right, Whenever you're doing push-ups, you want to put yourself in a position that allows you to bend your elbows to about 90 degrees. All right? Don't do too many because we have push-ups in the very first round. Okay, we're going to get started with the timing. Like I said, it's 40 seconds of work followed by a 20-second break. You can take water breaks at any time. We're going to do a whole minute break after that.
All right, this is going to need a little explanation. We're going to start with push-up. What you're going to do is you're going to go to the ground. We're going to go narrow. All right? And we're going to go wide. So, for example, this is narrow. Hands off. You're going to go wide to come up. Down, wide. Lift your hands up. Bring it in narrow. And push off. All right?
Wide, narrow. So you're getting your chest all the way to the ground so you can place your hands in different spots. All right, that's the first 40 seconds. And then during that 20-second break, James will show you the next exercise. Are you ready? Here we go, starting in 10 seconds. When you hear knocking, there's 10 seconds left. All right, first exercise of the day, here we go. Remember, you can do it on your knees, kneeling, or toes. If you don't want to take your chest all the way down to the ground, you can walk your hands narrow and wide. And if you want to do all wide push-ups or all narrow push-ups, you can do that. Your workout, your challenge. We're just giving you ideas and variations. Brace the abs, squeeze the butt. Still want to make sure the rest of your body is tight. All right, 20-second break. We're doing a reverse lunge front kick.
Reverse lunge. Front kick. Right down, step, front kick.
All right, so lower body focused. In 3,
Ready?
2, 1. Lunge back, kick with the same leg, and then switch. You can kick as high as you like. So if you know you're tight in the hamstring, don't kick too high. Wow, some of you have some really high kicks. Woo-hoo-hoo. Feel free to go as fast as you can, but not at the expense of technique. So you want to move quickly, but still do that full length lunge. All right, take that break, 20 seconds. We're going back to the push-up. We're going to repeat both these exercises, and then you get a full minute rest.
Ready?
Let's go. When James is here, I only do half the workout. I'm the MC narrator for the workout. So the great news is you guys are getting 100% of the workout, and James and I are doing half and half. You can start on your toes and move to your knees. As long as you keep moving, don't worry about whether you're shifting different formats or different types of push-ups. Nice job. Nice job. Way to keep moving.
If you want to make this a little more challenging, you can stay low, switch, kick, go right back into it, switch, kick.
Is that what you're going to be doing?
No.
All right.
Anyone trying it?
I don't see it. No. Yeah, Gladnell's doing it.
Who is?
Gladnell.
All right, well, I'm doing it too. Staying low, switching, kicking. Right back, switch, kick.
Make sure you're switching. Ah, nice, Aria. Good job. Way to push ourselves. You get a whole minute. You get a whole minute. Take a drink of water. Next round is me. We're going to burpees. So we're doing burpees, which
Ready?
ignore that. We're just letting the timer go so we can keep track. You can walk it back and walk it forward. Push up is optional, or you can do the jump back, push up, jump in. And when you're doing up here, is you're doing a scissor. All right, so I'm gonna do 4 scissors. 1, 2, 3, 4. Feet together, back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Doesn't matter how many scissors you do. If you want to just do 2, you can. Just adding a little bit of cardio component in there. And then we're doing a jump in the squats. So we have about 20 seconds left of the break. So the next exercise, which I'll repeat again, is a long jump. This, and softly. You can either do a fast feet going back, or you can chug going back. All right? The fast feet is a little more low impact. If you don't want to jump, you can
5
do a big step forward.
3 seconds. Ready?
Okay? Let's go. Burpees. 4, 3, 2, 1. Push-ups are optional in the burpee. And as well as the scissors. You can march in place for the scissors. You want to keep it low impact. All right, so we have the long jump. So if you want to keep it low impact, you can do fast feet going forward and back instead of the long jump. All right? Or chugs.
Yeah, be mindful to land with soft knees. Don't land with straight, stiff legs.
Here we go. I'm landing wider than my mat. I'm intentionally keeping my feet very wide. Both options kind of offer different challenges. Stay low. My knees basically are really not straightening at all. I'm really feeling burning in the quads. Nice job. Burn out those legs. Going back into the burpees. So again, you can do scissors or you can do a high knee march.
Ready?
Optional push-up. Trying to get that heart rate up. 40 seconds. It should drop a little bit during the 20 seconds. But not all the way down. 5 seconds left. All right, getting ready for that lower body. Very fast, 4 minutes, right? All right, let's get ready. 3.
Ready?
2, 1. I'm doing about 4 chugs going back. It really doesn't matter how many chugs you choose. That's it. Oh, my heart is up. Grab some water. Next 2 exercises with James.
All right. So we got, ready? It's tea and lemonade. We have an alternating toe touch, right? So arms are wide. You're going to come up, push off, and reach for your toe. And then you're going to switch. So we're down, wide. So you're going to push your body up with this one hand. You're going to reach with the other. Back down, switch, reach, reach.
Feel free to bend your knees if you need.
Yeah, feel free to do that. Because my knees are always bent.
And then knee down to squat jump. What is that? We have 20 seconds left. 20 seconds.
I guess I have time. The second exercise, kind of going up the head, you're going to get nice and low. Go to your knees. Stay nice and low. Squat jump right back down to the knees. Right back up.
Try to go down with a different knee every time.
Ready?
Alternate.
All right, exercise 1.
Here we go, abs. You're going to feel your legs, your quads, your hip flexors, as well as your abs. See if you can get your entire spine off the ground. It's a whole V up.
Use your arm to push yourself up.
Yeah. It's a little different than a crunch, which is just your shoulder blades and head coming up. It's okay if you use a little bit of momentum to get that whole spine off the ground. Nice work. All right. So you're going to go down to your knees.
You can, when you stand up, you can just do a regular squat and go back down. You don't have to add the jump if you don't want to. Or you can change back and forth. 3 seconds. Ready? Nice and low. Knee.
By the way,
don't slam your knee on the floor. Come back up. Stay low.
If it bothers your kneecaps to go on the ground, you can do non-stop squats.
That was perfectly fine
Or
too.
non-stop
Right.
squat jumps.
You can just do a little hop. Right? You pick and choose what you want your exercise to be.
Nice. So the reason why going down onto your knees and up off your knees is why we're doing it. It's very functional because there are chances in life where you're going to be on your knees and you have to get back up. Nice. Looking strong, everyone. Starting in 3. Let's hit our abs. Fan on you?
Not enough.
Oh. All right, don't always go down with the same knee. Go down with the right knee, and then next time go down with the left. Now go with your left. We're all asymmetrical human beings. We all are. It's just the fact of life. But it doesn't mean we don't want to be as symmetrical as possible when we're working out. Sometimes we think, oh, we should just work on our weaker side. But no, it doesn't work that way. All right. You get a whole minute. definitely drink some water because they're sweating, losing fluids. All right, so we got triple pulses for push-ups. So again, the 3 versions, you have your hands wide, and you can be on your knees with your butt over your knees. You go 3, 2, 1. So you want to try to get your elbows about 90 degrees. 3, 2, 1, and back up. And then if you're doing knees, your butt disappears. All right, 3, 2, 1, and up. 3, 2, 1, and then on your toes. 3, 2, 1. Notice that for each version, I'm bending my elbows to about 90 degrees. That's the angle you want so that your chest muscles can really work. Sorry, that was a clump of hair I found and I just had to throw it away. Starting in 20 seconds. And then we have a lunge movement, which I'll show in the 20 seconds. All right. I would say if you do push-ups on your toes, to start on your toes, and maybe near the end of the 40 seconds, you'll go down to your knees. 3, 2, 1, and lift. Pulse low. Pulsing is a decreased range of motion, so keeping it really small, inch of movements at the bottom. Eye gaze on the floor. Don't forget about your plank position. Squeeze your abs, squeeze your butt, squeeze your quads. Each one of these push-ups should count as 3 push-ups. Ugh. Because it's so intense to stay low. Oh. All right, so we take a step back, touch down. Whether you really touch the floor or not, you don't have to. Step up, jump. Other leg, step back. So I want your hands to go low and high. Low and
Ready?
High. Ready? Go. Something's going on with the screen.
That's fine.
Is it?
Yeah.
Keep your eye gaze up. So I'm not looking down the floor so I don't drop my chest too much. The reason why your fingertips get low to the ground is because you're lunging back with a big step. If your lunge is not far back enough, your fingertips won't get close to the floor at all. Feel free to take out the jumps here. Lunge back, touchdown. All right, so if I step back this little, there's no way my arms are going to get down there unless I drop completely. So it's about getting that leg back. All right? Triple pulses, push-ups.
Ready?
Let's go. Breathe. Inhale on the way down. Exhale on the way up. Try not to drop your head. If you're seeing your feet, it means you dropped your head. Eye gaze on the floor. Right between your thumbs.
Good. You got it. Nice.
Oh my gosh, I definitely slowed down there. All right. So again, really long stride back. Fingertips are close to the floor. Jump when your feet come together. In 3 seconds,
Ready?
we move. Keep that eye gaze up. Keep that chest up. A little dip in the chest, it's not the same thing as dropping your chest completely. Reverse lunge. Like you're shooting a basketball. That's not how you shoot a basketball. We get our break.
That's it, right?
Yeah. So hopefully you feel ready for the break.
All
Right? You push yourself to the point that that break is needed.
Okay, cool. Ready? Let's have a little fun. So we're gonna go plank, high plank, low plank. So we're gonna walk it. Try not to slam your elbow down. And we're gonna do a foot jack. We're gonna do 2 versions of it. You can do one or the other, or both, or none of it. Right? So high plank, just weighting it down. We're just here. Right? You're gonna walk it down to a low plank. Control this motion and control it back. Right? You're right back where you started. Foot jack is just feet together, feet apart, feet back, and we continue. The other version is to go in and tuck your feet in and bring it back out. All right, so in, out, and then walk it down, walk it back.
I've never seen that before in my life.
Pick which version you want to do. It's a quick movement. Try not to hike your butt up too high. Just in control of it.
All right, let's go. Start.
Oh yeah.
Start.
High plank. Low plank. High plank.
Jack.
Foot jack. And out.
Basically, you're trying to kick your own butt with your 2 heels, I guess.
Yeah.
You can also walk your feet wide and walk it back in as the low impact option.
Make all of this low impact. 1 foot out, 1 foot back.
Keep your butt down.
Walk it back. Right? It's going to be a little bit of rocking, but don't let it be too much that you're putting too much of your weight on your shoulder.
Really try to keep your butt down for all of this. Your butt shouldn't go higher than your head. Well, except maybe for that butt kicking part.
Second portion. Stay nice and low. Feet wide, feet together. Little squat jump. Squat jump.
All right, lateral step, squat jump.
Ready? Or you can just stand into the squat. All right, this is perfectly fine. Right, just standing into it. Yeah, look.
The goal here is to be as low as possible during that lateral movement. Like you're ducking under a very low rope. Or the ceiling.
Again, just standing up and coming right down is perfectly fine. Right? Stand, right back down. Good.
The reason why we throw plyometrics in here is, in addition to getting your heart rate up, it also helps your fast twitch muscle fibers develop, right? Because we're not always in a slow motion world where we're doing everything in a slow, controlled manner. So we want some explosive movements here.
Ready?
All right.
Bring it down, bring it back. Foot jack and out.
You're going to feel your triceps in this exercise. I know I said about your butt not being higher than your head. James' butt isn't higher than his head. He just has a really curvy butt. I'm just kidding. Keep moving. All right. Next exercise, laterals. But in seriousness, though, when we talk about alignment, we're always talking about joints. So it's your shoulder joint and your hip joint, knee joint, and ankle joint. So it doesn't matter what shape your butt is in because it has to do with your hip alignment. Everyone's hip joint is near the front of their body, not at the curve of their butt. All right, hope that makes sense to everyone when they think about planks. It's about aligning the hip joint with the shoulder joint. What? I have some educational things to say.
Last 10 seconds, guys. All out effort.
Okay, get a whole minute. All right, I'm gonna briefly show you the second exercise first, which is cardio. All right, so you do jumping jacks like this, which you can do, and then I'm gonna do side jacks. So when you do a side jack, you're still jumping your legs apart, but you actually put all your weight into one, like a side lunge, and then you bring your feet back to center, and you do this.
Break dancing.
All right, so I'm sitting a little bit more into my glute here than I would in a normal jumping jack. All right, a little bit of coordination challenge here. And then we have our plank. So this is about working the arms. So try not to lock out the elbows. Soften the elbows here. Step, and back. Back foot first. Front foot, traces, and then, or jumping version. Your butt's definitely gonna get up for this one. All right, step, in. Step, or jumping. We're gonna start in 10 seconds with this. Elbow, softly bend, elbows, wrists underneath the shoulders. Step, jump. So if you keep your elbows slightly bent, you're really gonna feel this in your arms and shoulders. You're also gonna feel it in your abs as you pull your knees forward. So this is a lot of upper body strength and stability, shoulder girdle stability. We're not even doing a push-up. You're gonna feel this so intensely in your arms. I'm jumping as close to my hands as I can, and I'm back into the plank. Find that plank, squeeze your abs, brace your body. 3, 2, 1. Oh, my arms. Okay. Again, regular jacks. Oh, low impact jacks. Low impact. Heart is a muscle that we're also working.
Ready?
Here you go. It's not equally weighted. Regular jacks, you have equal weight, or equal pressure into each feet. Here I'm putting more weight into the bent knee, not the foot that is toes up. One to the right, left, right. Weight shift to the right, left. Yeah. Still out, in, out, in. Again, feeling a little bit. Heart rate should be up here. Get ready. Wrists underneath the shoulders. Elbows bent. This is very critical. You do not want your elbows locked out. Think about your plank before you jump back into it. Notice my shoulders are always staying over my wrists. When I jump back into my plank, I'm not up here like this. All right? You want the plank position. Shoulders stay over the wrist. Step. Always an option. Try to keep moving. Changing it for the jump to the steps. Oh God, I thought that was a fly. All right, cardio. You can really do any version of cardio that you want here. You don't want to do this. Shifting weight to the right, left, right. And anytime you get your arms over your head or over your heart, it also drives your heart rate up too. Now that you've mastered side jacks, you can do ball yaks. Man, don't your arms feel really heavy after when you're doing jacks after doing that arm workout? Jeez, I'm barely getting my arms over my head. Oh my gosh.
That's it.
Definitely need a break. All right, ladies and gents, we have one more round, 4 more minutes, and then we get our stretch. So we're gonna end with James here.
All right. Ready? So we have a crunch and a kind of a plank into a push-up. I'll show you. So, kind of walking in this side, right? Right back, right? Your knees are hovering, right? Not touching the mat. Walking it back, right? Feel free to go for the push-up, but you don't need to. Just kind of walking it back. Shoulder tap, right? Knees are hovering. Don't overshift too much, and then walk it back into a push-up. If you want this to be a more explosive movement after you do this, you come forward.
Dang.
All right, so using your feet to push the hands forward, right? Dig up, dig into the ground and forward.
All right, 10 seconds. I hope you weren't doing that with them because you'll be tired. And now we start. Push-ups are optional, so you can focus on just the bear crawl if you want.
Ready? Here.
All right, walk it back into your bear.
Back's flat, knees are hovering. So this is my knees on the floor, knees up. Shoulder tap, walk it back, all right?
Even just walking your arm forward and back is very challenging for the shoulder girdle and the arm muscles.
Right. Keep the back nice and flat, core is engaged here. You don't want to hump in your back. All right? More explosive movement. You go forward, you add the push-up or take it out. You jump back to.
Plyometric push-ups, similar principle as squat jumps and lunge jumps. Land with soft joints. Land with the soft elbow.
All right. To the floor we go. Single, single, double. Arms straight. Bring the knee. Bring the knee. Bring both knees.
All right, single, single, double. You learned that from Zumba.
Ready? Arms straight overhead.
Let's go, let's go.
Bring it. Bring it. Both.
So this time it is a crunch where we are just lifting the head, neck, and shoulder blades. The entire spine is not coming up. So you should feel your rectus abdominis working every single time, because your head, neck, and shoulder blades are coming up every single time. Feel free to stick with the single knees if you don't want to do the double knees.
Just do the single. Just bring it in. It's plenty.
If for some reason you have any neck strain, listen to your body. Keep your head and shoulders on the ground. Just move your legs. Lots of options here. You guys got 2 minutes of work left. 2 minutes. And then we are gonna stretch.
Ready? Go back. Shoulder taps. Get out. Push-up is optional. Shoulder taps.
But James has some really hard stuff this time. Things I've never even seen before. Good thing I'm just sitting here on this chair watching. Keep it going, keep it going. Y'all are looking so good. My job is to distract you from the pain. I know sometimes it gets hard and you feel like holding your breath. If there's one thing I can tell you, always be breathing. I know it seems like common sense, but sometimes we just start holding our breath without even realizing it. So you want to start paying attention to when you're holding your breath. This is it, the last minute. You're practically on your back. We're going to stay on our back to stretch. So after this exercise, just stay on your back and we'll start the stretches there. Push, 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 30 seconds. If you have another favorite ab exercise you prefer doing, go for it. Five seconds. How many more can you squeeze in? Well done. All right, let's stretch. Want me to do it? All right, so we're gonna start on our back. And I know you just have one knee in, you're gonna actually take it across the body for a spine twist. So I have my back leg coming towards the front and I have my back arm anchoring my shoulder blade to the ground. So you wanna feel as twisted as possible. And then just relax. Pretend like you're just melting into the floor. You have no strength left anyways, so just let everything go. Your breathing should be slowly reducing in rates, going back down to a normal breathing pace. Let's switch, untwist, hug the other knee in first, hug it in, and then take it to the other side. There's no space for two of us. So spine twists. Also, we're getting our glutes and outer thighs here too. That's why this feels so good. All right. We're going to actually stand up because there's just not enough space on the ground here. For the two of us. All right, we're going to go into a hamstring stretch. So you can reach down to the ground. And I want your head to be really heavy. So you're looking at your kneecaps and your arms are going to reach down nice and heavy as well. Whether or not you can reach your toes, ankles, shins, so here I'm grabbing my ankles, I'm going to bend my elbows and pull myself a little closer. Pull my chest a little closer to my thighs. That just deepens my stretch. All right, so it doesn't matter whether you can touch your toes or not, because wherever you can grab, if you start to bend your elbows, you can deepen into the stretch no matter what you can reach. That'll help increase your flexibility over time. All right, now for your balance. Your quads do a lot of work during lunges and squats, as well as your hip flexors right here, right above your quads. So it's always important to stretch these. If you don't quite feel the stretch, you can pull it behind you, not out to the side, behind. Generally, you want to hold each stretch for about 20 seconds. I'm not doing a great job of counting 20 seconds, but basically when you first start to stretch, you'll feel sort of an immediate tension. Like, oh man, that's tight. But then if you hold on to the stretch, your body kind of relaxes and starts to ease into the stretch. And the longer you hold it, the more you'll realize, I can take it a little further. All right? Which is why the longer you hold the stretch, the better. But I understand that we don't all have a lot of time in the world. So I'd say holding it a minimum of 20 seconds. Let's stretch our triceps. So the leg I'm holding is my right, but if you're mirroring me, it's your left. So you put your left behind, take your left arm overhead, tricep, and obliques. And IT down. So everything on the same side. My left leg is behind, my left arm is overhead. And James and I are mirror image. So now we're going to switch. We're image this way, and we are mirror image this way. Anytime we do push-ups, lots of triceps involved. Sometimes you say it's the limiting factor in push-ups. So we keep working on our triceps. All right, give me a chest stretch. Just open up the front of your torso, reach your arm back. Clasp your hands, reach overhead, arch your back a little bit, stretch your abs, as well as keeping your chest lifted. And then start to circle your arms back, like you're doing the backstroke, getting into the shoulders. Thank you all so much for joining us today. I know the weather is beautiful, so it's great that you can do this outside if you can. It's natural to feel a little bit sore after boot camp, or a lot sore. I don't know. Depends on the person. But the more you do it, the slightly less painful it gets. Slightly less painful. All right, please let us know if you have any questions, and feel free to unmute yourself.